Some of the unmentionables are money, sex, power, addiction, mental illness, and probably you can think of more that I haven't thought of. But I know that in my own practice, for example, often I would be in a retreat, and for years I was a single working mom, and to carve out that time to do retreat, to find the friend who was willing to offer childcare, to pay for the retreat, this was all very challenging. And the teachers would talk about how, after the retreat, be gentle, take time with yourself, don't dive into work. And I would think, what? I'm going to ruin my practice because I have to go home and, do the mom duty and go to work Monday morning, hit the ground running in every way. And it was a subtle kind of feeling of being left out in some way. And so the question of money in our practice, the amount of money it takes to have the luxury to go on a retreat, let's say, to practice or to take a class, to have the time, or even the subject of money in our lives. How much is enough money? And money is a fraught topic in our culture. On the one hand, it seems, and this seems to be increasingly true, it seems to be the engine that kind of runs everything. On the other hand, we're not supposed to talk about it or mention it. I once asked a friend how many names she had on her email list. And she looked at me and said, "That's like asking me how much money I have in my bank account," which would clearly be a very rude question. So we're not supposed to mention it, and yet it's ubiquitous and it determines sometimes our own feelings of self-worth. I remember seeing a huge poster in a city in Switzerland, in Zurich, and it says, "Du bist, was du hast." You are what you have. Of course, it was a bank, but still, that sense of we are what we have is, it's in our culture, and we can sometimes use it as a yardstick to measure ourselves by and find ourselves, successful, I have money in the bank, or a failure, I'm broke.